In the southeastern reaches of the ancient Roman Empire, nestled below the rocky escarpments that border the tranquil Sea of Galilee, lay the city of Gadara. Part of the Decapolis, a league of 10 cities, Gadara was a cultural crossroads, a place where East met West in an amalgam of pagan traditions and Greco-Roman sophistication. This city, vibrant and bustling, was markedly different from the humble, tradition-bound Jewish communities of Galilee from which Jesus came. As Jesus stepped ashore in this Gentile territory, his presence was an immediate challenge to the prevailing norms and beliefs. The land here was dotted with large herds of pigs, an unmistakable sign of a non-Jewish presence, for such animals were deemed unclean by Jewish law. Leviticus 11:07. This was a place deeply entrenched in practices and values antithetical to the teachings of the Torah. At the time of Jesus' arrival, the Gospels detail an atmosphere ripe with spiritual and cultural tension. This is vividly illustrated in the Gospel of Mark. They came to the other side of the sea, to the country of the Gerasenes, and when Jesus had stepped out of the boat, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit. Mark 5:1-2. The man described was not merely suffering from demonic possession, but was so fiercely controlled by these spirits that no chain could bind him. Day and night, he roamed among the tombs and mountains, crying out and cutting himself with stones, an outcast from his own community. The Gospels recount that as soon as the man saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and fell before him, a recognition of divine authority, instinctive and immediate. The encounter that followed is one of the most dramatic exorcisms recorded in the New Testament. The demon, speaking through the man, cried out, "What have you to do with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I adjure you by God, do not torment me." Mark 5:7. Recognizing Jesus' divine authority instantly, the demons addressed him as the Son of God, openly acknowledging his power. The dialogue between Jesus and the demons began, and it was here that the true nature of this possession was revealed. "What is your name?" Jesus asked, a simple question that unveiled the gravity of the situation. "My name is Legion, for we are many," replied the possessed, indicating the presence of a multitude of demonic entities within him. Commanded by Jesus to come out of the man, the legion of demons pleaded for a different fate. They begged Jesus not to send them out of the country or into the abyss, a realm of torment and isolation. Instead, they spotted a large herd of swine feeding nearby and requested to enter them. Jesus granted this request, and he said to them, "Go." So they came out and went into the pigs, and behold, the whole herd rushed down the steep bank into the sea and drowned in the waters. Matthew 8:32. This action, while liberating the man from his torment, resulted in the drowning of about 2,000 pigs, a significant economic loss for the local Gadarenes who depended on these animals for their livelihood. The swine herds, witnessing their livelihood perish, ran to the town and countryside to report what had occurred. The people of Gadara came out to see for themselves and found the man who had been possessed sitting there, clothed and in his right mind. The response of the Gadarenes was one of fear and economic apprehension. The sight of the man restored to sanity was not enough to overcome their shock at the economic disaster and the display of such supernatural power. They began to beg Jesus to depart from their region, a complex mixture of fear, loss, and perhaps an unspoken recognition of the challenge his presence posed to their way of life. Then all the people of the surrounding country of the Gadarenes asked him to depart from them, for they were seized with great fear. Luke 8:37. Jesus did not protest their request. Instead, he returned to the boat, leaving the restored man behind, who begged to accompany him. However, Jesus sent him away with a new mission. "Return to your home and declare how much God has done for you." Luke 8:39. The man went away, proclaiming throughout the whole city how much Jesus had done for him, becoming perhaps the first Gentile missionary. This narrative not only highlights Jesus' authority over demonic forces, but also his willingness to challenge and cross the deeply ingrained cultural and religious boundaries of his time. The incident in Gadara serves as a poignant lesson on the confrontation between spiritual renewal and materialistic pursuits. The loss of the pigs, while economically disastrous, facilitated a remarkable spiritual liberation and restoration of a man long lost to darkness. The response of the Gadarenes prompts reflection on the value systems that often govern societal behavior, where material loss can overshadow the value of spiritual and moral recovery.